Thank you, Chair. I'll be splitting my time with MP Borelli. Minister, you claim that there's a section and a clause in the contract that can point specifically to a violation Stellantis has made. So has the Government of Canada, their lawyers, contacted Stellantis and invoked that clause?
So that's what we're doing today. That's exactly the letter that we're sending today.
So today you're invoking a clause in a contract. What section and what specific clause will you be invoking?
So you don't have access, I gather, to the contract that is linked to the CIF agreement, which is, sorry, bureaucrat words, the Strategic Innovation, public servant words, sorry, Strategic Innovation Fund, and that is linked to the Strategic Innovation Fund support for Windsor and Brampton, and there's an amendment also to that contract.
So, Minister, I heard you mention the federal EV mandates, and we've had some auto executives here at this committee who said, you know, the pause doesn't create the certainty that the industry requires, and really the one very simple and easy thing the government could do to breathe some life into the sector would be to remove these EV mandates. So, given all the pressures on the auto sector from trade negotiations and the latter, should or will you commit today to eliminating the EV mandate?
So my goal is to make sure that when it comes to the future of the sector, that the production in Canada is protected. And actually that there are incentives for them to continue to even more produce in Canada. So that's why I've had the conversation with Honda and Toyota, who have both have non-plug-ins hybrids. I'm willing to have conversations with them. I'm willing to do things to protect the jobs in Alston, to make sure that the Toyota and Honda
one last quick question, because my time is very limited. In the Strategic Innovation Fund agreement, there's very detailed enforceable reporting on gender equality, diversity, and climate initiatives. Goes as far as saying there's a 50-30 challenge where the board's made up of 50% women and non-binary people, 30% racialized, LGBTQ+, people with disabilities, First Nations, Métis. Why are the most detailed commitments in the agreement net zero and DEI and not jobs guarantees for Brampton?
Are you against women being on boards?
No, I would say I'm for 100%.
Just answer the question.
That's not what I said, first of all, but also I'd be for 100% female boards. It should be merit-based, but the question is, why is there no reference to keeping jobs at Stellantis and so much emphasis on these policies?
But I don't know why you're all saying that there's no commitment. There is. So, like, just look at the contracts and then you'll be informed.
Which section?
You know, it's going to be in the production of the contract on the CIF agreement for Windsor and Brampton, period, and the amendment.
Jump in, Kathy.
And I must say, we're acting in good faith. We're not on the different teams here. We all want the same thing. And the same thing is to bring back production at Brampton.
Minister, billions of dollars of taxpayer money was poured into a single foreign-owned company, Stellantis. Taxpayers want to know, and they deserve to know, where their money is being used. They deserve to know if that money will lead to good-paying jobs for Canadians. What actions will you take if you do not receive a plan from Stellantis? Within the contracts of Stellantis, if there was a default, then they must pay the money back. Mm-hmm. Will you commit to ensuring Stellantis pays back the billions of taxpayer dollars your government handed out?
Well, that's what we're doing today. We're launching that process. But I just want to understand, you're from Windsor, right?
Yes, that's correct, Ms.
So I guess people in Windsor are happy with the investments of the battery plant, because as of now, there's 1,000 new jobs that were created, and it's growing to 2,500 jobs. So I just want to make sure that the narrative coming from the Conservative team here is consequential. That do you
Minister,
agree with the investments in the EV battery plant or not?
Sure we do. I just want to make sure that those jobs are secured. So
Absolutely.
Will you commit to making sure of that for us? And will you commit to ensuring Stellantis pays back the money that we've given them if they don't continue to employ people at the Brampton plant.
Kathy, we're on board. We both agree.
Well, I don't see a definite plan. It always seems like the Liberals are pouring money out without a plan, and we don't often see the results that we need.
Listen, that's easy to say. You know, I'm sorry, but I don't know why we're playing politics here. We're in a global competition to attract investments. We were able to get an investment from Stellantis, which is a joint venture between a Korean company, and Nexstar, which is a joint venture between LG and Stellantis, in creating 2,500 jobs in year writing in the wonderful city of Windsor that I look forward going to very soon. This was a pivotal moment for the community. I understand there's a lot of anxiety. I understand that people in the sector are scared of losing their jobs. But at the time where there is a pressure against the sector, having new investments is fundamental. So we should work together to make sure that we're fighting for the jobs at Brampton, but keeping the jobs and creating new ones in Windsor. And I don't know why there is a competition between both. I think we can do both.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Ms. Borelli. That's time.
Yes, two questions, one after the other. First of all, when large employers expect larger job losses, they advise the minister and the government so that the employment insurance plan can be involved. Was that done? And right away, my second question is, Stellantis is saying that they have another project for Brampton. Have they presented that to you? Is it acceptable, or is it still not done? And are you still fighting to get the Jeep Compass back? Thank you. We had a call with the president of Stellantis Canada, not even 24 hours before. For my part, I received a call from the president of Stellantis Canada less than 24 hours before the announcement, and that in itself was a problem. And so at the time, my response was hypodermic. So the first point. The second point, because we were placed before a fait accompli. So even though the contracts were clear, and we had already said to the various car manufacturers, that we were going to be able to help them get through the crisis. Because you have to understand that right now, tariffs can have a substantial impact on the cost of sales connected with the building of automobiles in Canada, most of which are exported to the United States. So we had already, and I had already had those conversations with the presidents of the different Canadian automobile manufacturers to tell them that we have a fund to help the automobile sector. We'll put money on the table and we'll help you get through this crisis. And that's why my response was really very strong, because they made that decision without necessarily consulting the government of Canada and without even looking at the options that were available and that were already on the table. Time is going quickly. I just have 2.5 minutes. So regarding the Jeep Compass, where did they present another plan for another option for Brampton? They still haven't. That's the problem. So starting as of today, we're launching the process of conflict resolution or dispute resolution under the contract, because we're giving them 30 days to get back to us with a plan in order to bring back the production to Brampton. Thank you, Chair. Mr. Saint-Barry, there was 90 seconds left. I thought you were trying to find some extra, but thank you.